All right, we back for a second time and temperature. Now, like I said, I ended the last recording. Now I'm going on A&R. Like, I think I would have been a good A&R. Just like the tattoos, I wish I would have discovered that. Like, you think you have no marketable skills, but you think there's no opportunities and resources out here. At even with property development and stuff like that, it's like I'm 40. I don't want to be starting all over at 40. Like we already talked about the degrees and stuff. But as an A&R, like I said, I'm a music connoisseur, and I feel like it's not just hip hop, which like growing up, that's all I listened to. I didn't really get into the R&B like that. R&B wasn't my stuff, but like now I've learned to appreciate and be able to relate to not just hip hop, but R&B as well. Going through different relationships and different experiences, I've learned the appreciation for R&B. Now, when it comes to other music, like I'm a child of the '80s, so growing up with the music channels, they usually played the hair bands and stuff like that. So you learn the popular stuff if you watching it. Like it might be like some stuff might be subliminal, like you're not really paying attention. That's not your twist, but uh, some stuff like I'm gonna do like if it's funny, I might listen to it and then I might start to really learn different parts of the song and then not know the whole song. Sometimes I've been in situations where I might have been working somewhere and sing the song from start to finish, and I didn't even know I knew the song because it's not a song I listened to. It was just on while I'm doing something like drawing or something like that. But I start to learn like different types of music for different reasons, not just the sound of it. Like sometimes the sound is catchy. Like I have to pause. I got a gripe. Well, whoever sings that song about uh, FaceTime and Brian and calling Lorenzo, that song is too catchy. I'm a male. I don't want to be singing about FaceTime and Brian. It's not gonna happen, but it happens. Like you riding down the highway and you like I don't even like this song, but it's on the radio and it's a jingly, catchy song. And next time you sing, next thing you know, you're singing along with FaceTime and Brian. I got a beef with that. It's a pop record. It's an R&B song, but it's a hit record. Heavy spins. Now I'm singing about FaceTime and Brian. I'm a man. I ain't gonna FaceTime Brian. I like chicks. We need some Briannas. We need some Rebeccas. We need some Victorias. I try to switch the lyrics while I'm singing, but it doesn't work. It's just subliminal. But anyway, I'm joking. But I don't know if that's Queen Naija or one of these chicks, uh, SZA, or the chick with that got the song with Usher. I forget her name. Um, but it is what it is. So over the years, like even with my kid and my kid listening to pop music, like it's you getting into different things. Like I can't say I like everything, but certain things get stuck in my head, and I end up really listening to the words, and then it's like, okay, I can relate to this. Even like Whitney Houston, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty that they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. Sexual chocolate. Or Mariah Carey, there's a hero that lies within each one of us. It's a long road when you face the world alone. You reach down inside, whatever the words are. But anyway, I'm playing. But you know, with the different um genres of music and being able to relate, listen to, feel, vibe. Yesterday I'm listening to the platinum era of hip hop, and it's like, yeah, that's hip hop. But and then I listen to today's hip hop, which is like I'm into, I'm feeling, because as a music connoisseur, as somebody who digs in the crates without ever digging in the crates, you know, you want to stay current because if you're a fiend for music, I'm a fiend for music, but at the same time, I gotta retire stuff. After a while, like I let my tape rock till my tape pop. But at the same time, it's like, all right, I'm tired of hearing the Crossroads. I'm I'm, I'm tired of hearing Everyday Struggle. I might listen to it 17 times a day, not back to back. I'm not a back to back bull, but I'll listen to it over and over again. And like it is what it is. So you know, having that attitude and having that fiend for new music and wanting to always be ahead of the curve and wanting to always have the latest and I want more and more music. Like I was meeting people doing the Uber thing. It's like send me music, send me music. Like I'm a banger. I'll put people on like whatever. Like because like if I like it, yeah, I mean I like it. But I'm gonna leave it at that. All I'm gonna say is there was a time period where I'm listening to a lot of underground stuff, like whether it was DJ mixes or whatever, and it was unreleased music. And the unreleased music might have been on these mixes maybe like a year before it hit the radio. And it's like when I'm listening to them, everything at the time, and I was probably like 34, and this has probably been throughout my life, but I'm realizing it at 34 or whatever, like maybe 35, 36, something like that. Like everything I was listening to heavy from these DJ mixes, Hot 97, whatever, it's like they would become heavy hit records, summer anthems, heavy spins on the radio. I don't know about number ones, but they definitely had heavy spins. So when I was analyzing that, it was like, you know, I obviously have an ear for what, and I know they DJ mixes, but like not everything on the DJ mix became like a heavy radio airplay uh, song. So the ones that I was spinning, or the ones I was listening to the most, like each one of them became like a radio banger at that time. But this is probably like a year later before it hit the radio. So I'm listening to these songs. By the time they hit radio, it's like they retired. I had already retired them, but at the same time, they on the radio now. You get what I'm saying? Even like a couple years ago with that Gucci Man and Bruno Mars joint, like I forget how it go, but that like I heard it like months before it hit the radio, and I'm sitting there like it wasn't the Bruno Mars. That's what I like. It was the I can't remember how it go right now, but I liked it. Like I liked it. So some stuff has to grow on me, and some stuff I don't like at first. Some stuff I'm like I don't want to hear that trash. And like I said, it might be a funny part that I'll listen to the song for, or it might be something that catches my ear that's lyrically intricate or lyrically funny or lyrically animated or some part of the song. If I'm not hearing the song, liking the song or the artist from the beginning, it might be something like it might be an artist that has 7 singles out, and I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But then it's something in one song that catches me, and then I start listening to more songs, and I'm like, all right, now, and like usually before, like I would be on it before, but like I said, some stuff got to grow on me. But what I'm saying is seeing that, recognizing that, like a lot of the stuff I was hearing on the DJ mixes a year, 6 months before it hit radio heavy, I was playing already, and like I said, they were already be retired. So that's what got me into thinking about the A&R. But like I'm saying, at that point in life, I'm 35 and now I'm 40. It's like I really don't want to be no A&R. I would love to be an A&R, but like I'm 40, like it's a young boy game. And like I said, especially when I was a young boy running around doing dumb stuff and just doing hanging out wherever whenever I remember watching that I think it's either the Jay Z Back to Stage joint or the Jay Z Hard Knock Life tour, and they were talking about DJ Clue and how DJ Clue will be anywhere in New York City just to get. He'll be in like the dirtiest, wildest hood just to get an exclusive track from some boy, and it's like it. And I'm telling you this because like if you into music, if you like one, if you're an artist that might be away in the door, if you just love music and you don't think you have any marketable skills, like take advantage of that. Like try to seek out an A&R position. I don't know how easy it'll be, but like like I wish, because like basically they, I know again I'm watching the Hard Knock Life or the backstage tour, one of them, and Beanie Siegel was talking about how the unknown artists give other artists they tape, and I don't know if he says you could get like you might hear your stuff on their next record. I don't think that's what he said. I know I've heard stuff like that before. Um, but he basically says like don't give it to the artist, give it to the A&R. The A&Rs are the one that listen to the stuff. And then I've seen other documentaries and they talk about how even people that we know as executives now started as A&R and they broke an artist like a Nine Inch Nails or NWA, or I'm not saying necessarily that group or whatever, but I'm just giving examples, or Nirvana or something like that, and they worked with that artist or they worked with a group of artists, and now they build their way through the record label and become like execs or whatever. So I'm just saying, like, for me, that would have been a fun position. I don't know what the pay is, but like for me, that would have been a fun position. Like I said, as somebody who fiends for new music, wants to be ahead of the curve with music and different stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I mean, that would make sense, but I didn't think of that back then. Like the tattoo stuff, like, I'm an artist myself. I don't necessarily tattoo, but like I still have a love and appreciation that has only grown, especially since I started getting tattoos. And I got 13 tattoos. I went 13, 20 more. It definitely that passion for the art and just seeing art in everything from landscaping to architecture to videos, video game designs, TV set designs, like not just TV, but TV set designs and stuff like that, and the graphic design, spacing, and lettering and stuff like that, that makes it more attractive and draws your eye to it. Like I've talked to people about like color palettes. Like I was taking a real estate seminar or workshop, and the guy was like, we have a set pattern of colors that we put in every house that we flip, it that is makes it more attractive and has been proven to increase sales. And then you got like colors in different things like schools and hospitals and stuff like that. Like in hospitals and nursing homes, it makes it more. There's certain colors. They're like, I think like pastel or stuff that's a little bit more muted or something like that. That makes it more humanistic. I can't remember I was just talking about this the other day, but there's a certain word for it, term, phrase, whatever. It makes it more like warm, more warmer tones. That's one of the words, but that wasn't the word I was sort of for. But they're warmer tones, so it's not like a prison and like dreary and drab. And even in certain prisons throughout history, like they were made to be drab and uh, dark and stuff like that and miserable, so you felt the punishment. You get what I'm saying? I know they're trying to rebrand the correctional facilities, and I don't even know if correctional facilities, house of rehabilitation, I think is the new term. Like we're switching terms so much. It went from penal to correctional, and now they're the house of rehabilitation. Widener. I took a reentry program course or criminal justice course as an elective that was selected for me, but I learned a lot. Anyway, so like that's where I stand with that. Like, and like I'm saying, like a lot of times you might think that you don't have any marketable skills, or maybe you want to get into the industry in certain capacities, maybe as a producer or a artist. Like I was saying in a different recording about the production deals. Like I know a lot of artists watching the documentaries, like they struggled for a while, and then they were like, "Fuck it, I give up." And somebody offered them a production deal, and then it went from the production deal and writing songs for other people, performing the song on a demo tape or a demo whatever, as something somebody else would perform to people starting to then ask this. I don't know if I'm not going to say the same people that ignored them before, but people that more people started to take notice, and then it's that question from no, we're not going to sign you or whatever. It's like now it's well, why aren't you singing this song? Why aren't you in front of the camera? Why aren't you doing these things? And it's like I've been there, done that, didn't have too much success, but they get talked into it from after they have like a couple hit records and um, but as a production on a production deal. And like I was telling the joke about like if I did the artist formerly known as Rant, I saw my name away and uh, do 100 features as Little Me. Um, and you call me for a feature, I'll throw Little Me on there. I make his verse hotter than mine. That's a joke. Like 3,000. Don't get out here. But I'm just saying, like there's I just look at it as other ways to get your foot in the door. Now, no, I'm not in the music industry. I like I said, as a young adult doing dumb stuff, maybe that was something I should have considered. But there was like even the managerial aspect of it. It's like I wish I might have pursued that because when it comes to marketing and different things, I think like I'm not saying I invented the wheel, but I made the good rich tire. 3,000. That's juicy. Um, but like, because when it comes to certain things, like I, you see in these documentaries and interviews, some of the people that have the best success are the ones that really go out there and heavy promote for themselves. And I think that's the best way to really get what you want. I'm gonna say it like that because, like, I know with the success of YouTube, especially since the Bieber phenomenon, um, like self promotion and really getting a buzz for yourself, but like that takes work. Like, I was talking to somebody like create a buzz from we're in Philadelphia, create a buzz from New York to Baltimore, D.C., Virginia Beach, whatever, and you start out in the city, hit every show, hit every college campus, hit every you on the corners. Like in Philly, growing up, I don't see them too much anymore. But growing up, they used to have the people drumming on the paint buckets and stuff. And in major cities, you see that. But like I used to see it a lot downtown or Market Street, and like jump in and freestyle in front of somebody doing that. Like battle for bucks. Like I know they got the battles now, and battling has become popular again, and they got the URLs and stuff like that. And it's a different beast altogether. It's like they got a formula of how they structure their battles, but like the lunchroom battles, battle for bucks, like book shows, like they got. I know in Philly, like Philly has I think at one point in time, I don't know about right now, but Philadelphia had the most restaurants, lounges, bars, and like that included the poppy stores and all that. But having said that, there's a lot of venues that do open mic nights and stuff like that, and book that shit. Like I said, that's not just me keeping my opinion to myself. Like I'm just saying, like the A&R, I think would have been good, and then like I'm saying the management, like book them shows, and then like don't sleep on the college crowds because it's like people from the '90s still doing college tours. And I'm not saying that you're going to fill a college arena starting out, but like hit the campuses, hit them Greeks and fraternities and sororities. They be throwing the latest parties. Like go in there and be like let me perform or whatever. I'm like I say, I'm not reinventing a wheel or nothing like that, but I'm just saying like take notice of how to market and promote different things for yourself and really get that buzz, like I said, from New York to Virginia Beach or whatever. And then you attack the rest of the country, then the world, whatever. I just feel like if you get that following, you get that support, you get your name out there, you get that buzz, not just on YouTube and IG and stuff like that. You get a following, and ever like however fast or slow the following starts, depending on what you're trying to promote or market. That's why I'm pushing out this preliminary content. So even when the shop is up and running or the studio is up and running, hopefully people will go back and look at some of the preliminary content, whether it's like demonstrations of things that I'm trying to bring to the studio, or the Lord forgive them, they just jokes, because you know, or just like the dumb knowledge rants, the different things, the A&R's rant, the knowledge rant. It's just like, pushing out this content and trying to promote. Like, I'm not solely focused on that, because like I'm saying, I it's just a part of it, and this is like the soft content before the launch of the whole full scale podcast, when the studio's up and running. And once the studio is what I'm working on right now, there's other ventures I would like to do in the future, but the studio is what I'm working on now, along with trying to get in the field, the clinical field, and build from there. And I just felt like the A&R, anybody out there want to be an artist and don't want to have the executive producer all in your video, I'm joking, that's shit. But any artist that wants to be an artist and see your art brought to a new plateau and new audiences and make money one day, come to DaBear Canvas. That's a joke, that's Tupac. We're going to be pushing out these quotes and quoting them live. Wow, don't get out here. Anyway, I don't know. I just be on one, that's what people do on these lives. I like I said, I'm pushing out this content, and these are just the soft launches of, like, I originally started because I really want people to see how much I already have for the shop, and it's not just a pipe dream. I'm not just out here bumping my gums, like my mouth's moving and nothing's coming out. Like, we are working on these things. I really have these things. Like I said, I've been telling people I'm at a standstill right now, but we are working toward the future, and hopefully it's in the near future. And with all the demonstrations I'm doing, with all the showcases of everything I have, like, for a basic shop, you can already see I got everything I need except for maybe the tool chest and the sterilization equipment. And then once I get them and secure them, and we really get the stuff we need rolling, because basically I got most of the equipment I had. Because like I said, I'm at a standstill for like the last couple months. I don't think I've bought anything new. I might have bought like 2-3 things new besides some tools. I don't think I've bought anything new since like the end of the summer last year, maybe July, August. And it's crazy because we're at standstill, and I don't want to keep telling people, oh, I'm opening the shop. So like I said, I'm pushing out this content to let you know, like, this is real. We have a lot of what we need. We just look for artists, and that's another like thing. The reason why I'm putting out these drawings, so people can see, like, all right, he got equipment, he got this, he got that. He not just running his mouth and nothing coming out. I'm not selling wolf tickets. I'm not telling you just Wildwood kid stuff. Always talk, never there when they go down, but always talk about what they would have did. Like, no, this real paperwork, real. We moving like it. So, trying to get my Suge Knight executive on. I'm a big dude. Sit back in the lounge chair, bobbing. Contractually, no, I'm joking. But like I'm saying, as ideas come, like I had a conversation with somebody the other day that was an impromptu. I was doing a live, ball popped in. But I've reached out to a couple other people for interviews in the Rona. Some people said, yeah, they'll do it. Still haven't set it up. I'm doing a bunch of different things, trying to multitask, trying to do everything. Told you my mind races, and trying to do everything at once or work on. And that's how I've always been. Even while I was doing the master's program, like I would be really like some of the stuff, some of the equipment I have now that I'm just really starting to give demonstrations on. I've had for years, like the T-shirt and printing machine. Like I've had the T-shirt machine since 2016. I've had the printer I got since 2017, 18. I've been working on the Big Bear Hug stuff. That's something that's a separate entity. That's a nonprofit that it's small. It's really just me and like I got a couple people that help and I've been doing the school thing. I've been focused on the school thing. Like the way my mind works, I might like just say, all right, well, it's not my planned time to do these things right now, but let me see how far I can get. Like at one point, I even started the video game design, John, and like it's not I'm abandoning it. It's like that wasn't the time to start it at that point anyway. But I'm just seeing what I can do, and some stuff hits a roadblock or a wall, but like that's when I be on some like it wasn't really the right time to do that at that point anyway. I was really waiting until the whole master's program was complete and the foundation was laid, and hopefully I was going to be in the field and build from that point on. Like I was already maintaining the crib and my bills as it is, and you was hoping that once you leveled up, you brought in that level up income, and then like if I was holding it down before, now I can invest those excess funds in the businesses that I'm trying to develop. If you go through the page, you can see the different businesses, and that ain't even everything. That's just like sometimes you'll hear me say like that ain't even high or the next step on my totem pole, or that ain't my totem pole. Like that's your totem pole. Like if you help me with my totem pole, like I'll definitely support you with your totem pole. Like when I'm able to, like I'm the type of boy like I like to support people. I like to help people, but if I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. It's Jay-Z time and temperature. But we're way off the A&R rant. I was just talking about the A&R shit. Like, I know people probably going, live don't get in your feelings. Like, when it comes to some stuff, like, that's just how I feel. Like, if I would have noticed back then, like, that those different things that I discussed, like, listening to music hit records before they even hit radio, like on heavy spin, and it's not just 1, 2. It was like that 1 year, like that 1 year when stuff was hitting the radio. It was like I had already listened to everything that was on the radio as far as hip hop wise. I ain't gonna say R&B and nothing like that, but as far as R&B, it's like I get into stuff like that, but that's usually through unless it's an artist that I've been listening to for a while, like Usher or Trey Songz or something like that. I'm probably going to hear an R&B song on the radio and maybe start fucking with the artist, following the artist, Neo, something like that. And like I'm the type, like I said, like once I get into your music, I'm gonna just keep following your catalog as it builds. And like you might have some trash albums, but I'll listen to it. Like before the digital age and streaming, and that's when you was like either hustling and got 3 CDs or broke and scrambled your money to get that one. Had to pick like, do I get the Don Cartagena or do I get Confessions of Fire? Do I get Don Cartagena or Confessions of Fire? What about this Miseducation of Lauryn Hill? But what I'm saying is, I don't know how to. But what I'm saying is like it was a time before all the digital stuff. Like I would listen to your whole CD from first song to the last track, like at least 6 times. Not back to back, but I would listen to it like probably the first week I got it, as soon as I got it. And then after that, I would know the songs that caught my ear, the bangers. I'm like I said, I like to be ahead of shit. So like I love hearing a album cut that's a banger and putting people on, or a DJ mix that got shit that's a banger on it. So, like I'm not saying every album cut that's a banger is a single, obviously, because you got singles and then you got album cuts. But you know, we talked about my qualifications for a hit, our classic album. You got 14 tracks. You can only skip two in the shot, maybe. With 14, 12 to 10 for a classic album, you can only skip one. But that's my criteria. I don't know what you like. If you give me your criteria in the comments, likes and all that. But that's what I'm saying. Like it might be funny to some people, but I'm just saying like when I've watched the documentaries and stuff like that, and on like whether it's a record exec or backstage, Hard Knock Life or anything else, the show, the Rhyme and Reason, uh, Wild Style, when you when I'm listening to them, it's like you gotta have that ear. You gotta know what's going to be popping, what's always looking out for what's next, like what's going like whether it's the money bag. I think of Brooke that's banging right now. Like Yo Gotti like that. They bubbling right now. And like a couple of them joints I heard like I heard the money bag joint like a couple days, maybe weeks before it hit radio. I was on YouTube, stumbled on it, and that was my shit. The couple of Yo Johns, the Yo Gotti, he don't even got a new album out, but he got the joint from last year or 2019. A couple of them were on YouTube, and like before it hit the radio, and that shit, like, yeah, I mean, so even though I'm not saying I was the first on YouTube, but yeah, I mean before like mainstream. I wasn't hearing anybody hear them play or nobody was talking about the money bag drawing. I was walking around the house in my in my fortress of solitude singing it and shit, but I wasn't hearing it on the radio. And I'm not saying like I mean like I'm the greatest thing. I'm just saying like yo, if you that type person, and I don't know, try it for yourself. If you somebody who has to have music, I'm not saying bootleg. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you on one of the sites that got the mixtapes or whatever, like whatever DJ mixtapes that like they break at the club or on the Friday Saturday night mixtape show whatever. And like with technology now and all this stuff, the Alexas and Siris and iTunes and stuff, like you're able to hear. Like you could say, Alexa, play me Hot 97. You could hear the mixes from New York, like Philly. They got the Saturday, Friday stuff like Traffic Hour. They got the late night Johns. So yeah, if you feel like you a music connoisseur like that, and I don't know if you want to get into the music business, if you're an artist, you might have a different view. Like fuck that, I just want to be an artist. But I'm just saying, like if you like music and you feel like you have no marketable talent, like and if you somebody who roams around the neighborhood and y'all always talk about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jizzy, and Nas, whatever, um, like you might know, like I know in high school, like I probably set up a couple freestyle battles in high school lunch tables. Uh, I knew the rappers in the neighborhood. I knew rappers. I've been to the studio a couple times, not many, but like what I mean. I'm 40 now, so like I said, that opportunity ain't something I'm pursuing. Like I've seen people freestyle for their first time, like right in front of me, like jump in a cipher and never freestyled before. So just looking back, like for all those people that looking for something, a marketable skill when there's no skills or something like that, or like I'm saying with the whole psychology and stuff like that. Somebody suggested that me, so like I'm passing on the favor. Cause like I'm saying, whether it was that or even property development or whatever you would say stuff, it's like it's a lot of unutilized resources in the city, and property development, architecture, and that's still like an art. Like it might have been something I might have been good at. I never thought about it. I was just doing dumb dicky shit. So I'm just saying. Uh, it's just sometimes you gotta think outside the box. Like I've had as a therapist, I've had sessions with people who also like music and art or whatever, and some of them like giving back or doing different things, and I would suggest art. So, because like I know for me, I've heard throughout my life like art ain't a realistic thing. There's only one Jay Z, it's only one DMX, stuff like that. And that's the NBA too. Like I think I said that like one of the things that I can't say it influenced me, but I like to hear from somebody. My cousin was like, my cousin, his son had academic and a athletic scholarship, and he was saying that I wanted him to pursue the basketball because, like, that's everybody's dream. But at the same time, I want you to focus on your intelligence as an academic with the academic scholarship, and like think of sports medicine and stuff like that. So, like, that to me is good advice. Like, you just not putting all your eggs in one basket. But I don't remember the point of that. I'm just random freestyling off the cuff. Uh, well, anyway, but I always like that, even though like it didn't apply to me, but I thought that was a good thing to say, especially since different reasons. But I don't know. I don't remember where I was going with it, but that's what it is. Like, I know we got these people, these narcissists out there. I'm just saying, you might, if you're not that type of person. Like, if you feel I'm just saying, I said something before where it's like they give us the smallest chance to make the 1% sports, drugs, and entertainment. And the thing about that was like, sports, entertainment, it's the 1% is the 1% that's out of 100. And like it's like even with the amount of high schools, it dwindles down from high school to university, college, whatever, and you got the pros. Like, people don't make it on draft day, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but people don't make it on draft day, and some people don't make it as unsigned free agents, and you got talent, and even some people that are drafted first overall pick or high in the draft, like they don't always make it. Like, I don't want to throw nobody out there. Like, I'm joking, but everybody's not. Even fucking bench warmers, like they the top of the top. Like, I don't know how many universities is out here, Division 1 to Division whatever. Like, those drafts, it's only a certain amount of drafts, and everybody don't get drafted, and everybody ain't Vince Papali or whatever his name is. Everybody and the free agent. So, like I'm saying, that it's good to just think outside the box sometimes, because, like, for me, like, I was a knucklehead. I was always in trouble, so I didn't think about any box but having fun, chilling, and running around doing dumb stuff. Um, but like I said, when I left that alone, I floundered for a while. 2 years to me is a while. But when I look back on it, it's like 2 years ain't 20 years, 2 years ain't 15 years. It was 2 years. So, like, luckily I started to try to capitalize on what was suggested to me. But, even at that point, I was probably 34, 35, 36, and like I'm 40 getting my, no, I was 25, 26, 27, something around there. And I really didn't go back to school until I think I was like 28, and my first daughter was born. My daughter was probably like 2, I guess, or going on 2 or going on 1, I don't know. Like, to me, that's late. Like, that's the whole child at a late age. That's a different rant, but I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta think outside the box. Like, even like I'm saying, like, I'm, I've been drawing all my life, and I never really, and I started getting tattoos, and like I said, I fell in love with it. It's like an addiction at this point. Like, my addictions aren't DSM-5 addictions. Like, I fiend for it, but I can deny it. Them damn cigarettes, them fucking cigarettes, I can't. Like, I'm gonna start, like, I'm gonna try to quit today. But the cigarettes is my biggest addiction. But like, whether sneakers, watches, hats, it probably tattoos, hats, then sneakers, then the watches. I like the watches. They probably mean more to other people than me. But right now, tattoos is the number one thing, but and massages. So we're gonna reorganize that. We got the massages because they're affordable, somewhat. Then the tattoos, they not affordable. The hats, they're affordable. The sneakers, yeah, they're pretty affordable. And then the watches is the watches, but they're not even. It's just I got into them. I got into all this stuff, but I never uh, burned myself. I never burned my money when I never hustled backwards. Like I'm in a situation now. We talked about the gaslight and the blacklist. Like, but I've watched other people say like, yeah, I mean, ain't no stopping you. Like I know there's a blacklist out there. I know there's a black ball out there, but it ain't stopping me. I'm still here. 3,000. And like I've been told since I was in second grade. I said that in another rant, I would never be nothing. So you only expect better things from that perspective, I guess. And I never figured into that, and it's not an ego thing, like but I told you I ain't gonna be shit, like. So and then there was different times, even more recently in life within the last decade. It's like you're not gonna be anything. I'm not gonna let you be anything. I've been stagnant for 4 months, so and for the most part, that I've been paying the household bills. So like a lot of times, like throughout this journey, it's like I'm happy, like because like I'm not dead, I'm not in jail, and tell me I ain't gonna be nothing, So for the journey, paying living paycheck to paycheck is like okay, like yeah, I mean no, I ain't making drug dealer money. Like I made more a week as a drug dealer than I was as a master's student for the time I was working. But at the same time, I have everything I have. I said in another rant. The only thing I got from back then is those CDs, and my life ain't at risk. My freedom ain't at risk. Like I'm meeting people that I'm vibing with, gelling with, and like I have behavioral issues. So it was like for me, it was a natural progression to certain things. Like I know I was the one that said once I got that check, I'd never leave the hood. But once I got that check, I was gone. Like, oh, yeah, like, no, I'm joking. Like, it's like the hood only mattered to me. I love it. But at the same time, the dark cloud, the gas, like the black ball. Um, I'm just looking for a peaceful. Like, I thought I would always love the concrete jungle, but now I'm looking for a nice porch or a deck to just spend rainy days with my lady friend, and that's another rant for another time. My lady friend, more than friends with benefits, more than the little homie. It's the lady friend. My lady friend get tennis bracelets, get their winter replaced with the summer. They ain't even fun. I'm jaded. Anyway, the little homie. You take care of your little homies. Not that I have any friends, but the type of person I am. You take care of the little homies. The little homies. The woman friend, you call up. I'm trying to go to Vegas. You down? And it's a little extra friends with benefits. It's not just a hard dick and bumblegum situation and neutral, not disrespectful. I'm trying to go to the rooftop top deck bar. I'm trying to go to the hood bar. You down? We out. Um. Anyway, the tennis bracelets. That's Jay Z. Um. The women friend, but it's a joke. I don't care if it gets on your nerves. Lord forgive them. They're just jokes. Um. Anyway, but still, we're taking applications for the women friend because, like, for whatever reason, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not Rico Suave. I'm not Don Juan. I'm not Fabio. I'm a pretty good dude, and I'm not ugly. Like I ain't a polished shit. Like I'm taking applications. I was taking applications early in the Rona for the off-season cuffing season. Because quarantine. What you gonna do? Arguing fuck. Like if you drink, if you get your smoke on. Besides that, early on in the quarantine, you ain't got nothing else. Anyway, ladies. 3,000. Don't get out here. I'm just playing, you know. But it is what it is. I'm trying to build. I'm just saying, think outside the box. Rant and raving.